What's up, what's up, what's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for a moment in Becky's House of Cards. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And I just want to thank you so much to my OGs, my new Gs, and anybody that allows me your most precious asset, your time. It is truly an honor, a blessing, and a pleasure being here, giving you guys these readings. And my prayer, as always, is that any video I do falls on your heart in a way that reminds you to take back your power by using your intuition, your discernment, and making the decisions that best serve you in this now moment, guys. So with that being said, today we are going down the rabbit hole with a pick a card reading. This is going to be in regards to the new moon in Sagittarius. And this is also the end of an 18-month cycle of Gemini, or Sagittarius and Gemini energy in the North and South nodes, okay? So I'm not going to get too deep into that or anything, but just throwing it out there, guys. Just it's time for us to reflect. And so what I really want to dig into with this reading for the new moon is it's kind of like the last big push for change, for transformation. So I want to ask what it is that you need to do in order to absorb the most from these lessons over the past 18 months, right? Like, what have you learned? What have you gained? What have you maybe faltered on, right? Like, whatever it is that Source wants to tell you guys, but ultimately to get a little bit deeper into how you guys can truly cement and integrate all those lessons into this now moment. How am I going to ask that in a question? What changes should the collective expect with the new moon in Sagittarius? I think changes and transformation overall is where we learn. That's where we learn the most about ourselves. That's where we learn the most about everything that's going on, right? And that's where our integration comes from. How we change is integration of what is going on a lot of times on the outside of us. But as we progress in the spiritual journey, it does come down to what is going on within us. So, Source, what messages do you have for the collective pick a card piles 1, 2, and 3? In what changes are coming for the new moon for the collective pick a card piles 1, 2, and 3? What do they need to know? Okay. What changes are coming for the collective pick a pile for the Sagittarius new moon? Piles 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. What changes are coming for the collective pick a card piles 1, 2, and 3 in the Sagittarius new moon? And guys, I don't have the energies out. Hold on. I'm going to pause you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Sorry. I just wanted to pull out the energies. I have them up here, the moon in Sagittarius. I don't have a new moon card in my astrology deck, but I have the moon. So, Source, what messages do you have for pile 1? Thank you. Card coming out right away. Make sure that's in shot here. Okay. What messages do you have for pile number 2 for this new moon in Sagittarius? What changes are coming? Wow, that is a stack, Source. That's too much. That's too much. No, I'm going to play like that. What messages do you have for pile number 2? In regards to what changes are coming? Okay, thank you. What messages do you have for pile number 3 in regards to what changes are coming with the new moon in Sagittarius energy? Thank you. Okay, what other messages do you have for pile number 1 and what changes are coming with the Sagittarius new moon, Source? What messages? Thank you. Okay, what other messages do you have for pile number 2 and what changes are coming for the Sagittarius new moon? Whoa, okay. There's like 2 cards flying out here. Okay, thank you, Source. What messages do you have for pile number 3 in regards to what changes are coming for the Sagittarius new moon source? Thank you. Oh no, they want that on 1. My bad. Thank you. I know I asked for 3, but they pulled that out for 1. I tried to move it. They said no. What messages do you have for pile number 3? Okay, thank you. Yeah, you guys were not far behind. Okay, last messages for pile number 1, source. For the Sagittarius new moon, what changes are coming? Last messages for pile number 1. Sagittarius new moon. Last messages, not a grip. Gotta be straight sometimes. 1 card. Thank you. Okay, I got you. I know why that fell out. Okay. I didn't know what the card was. I just knew why the stack fell out because that came out of the stack. So, alright, source. What last messages do you have for pile number 2 for the Sagittarius new moon? What last messages do you have for pile number 2? Thank you. Okay, I'll get up for pile number 3. What other messages do you have for pile number 3 with the Sagittarius new moon? Thank you. Okay, what last messages do you have for the Sagittarius new moon for pile number 3, source? Pile number 3, thank you. All right, let's see what we got on the bottom for a collective energy here. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Ooh. So honestly, guys, here's the deal. Like, as a collective, what's being brought to light is that there's been some huge barriers in regards to you around love. And seeing that you have an option, and the options that you have that you take will actually open you up to seeing the blockages that you have in regards to finances as well. I feel like there's been a risk that you've been afraid to take. Yeah, some new beginning, something that source has inspired you to do. There's been this risk that you've been afraid to take, and it's like source is saying, like, there's a blockage there, but as you take it, like, you're going to find out that the block has only been within you all along, and that there really is love in your life, and that there's options out of what maybe once seemed like obstacles, and that you're going to find a brand new passion for what it is that you're doing, even if it is scary. But these blocks are going to be revealed to you on a deeper level. It's like this energy is coming through where you guys at one point, it was like everybody else out them. It was them against me, right? But this energy here is telling me that you guys are coming into a space of understanding that it was you that was manipulating yourself this whole time. And that's why it kept manifesting in the outside realm. And that's why it kept manifesting in relationships. And so now it's like balancing out that you can change what it is that you want in your life. You just have to make a choice. You have to choose what feels right. Not what you're going to feel guilty about. Not what you're going to afraid to let go of. You have to make a choice in what feels right for you. And there's a lot of red here. Being grounded is very important. Very important here. And being creative. Not being afraid to be creative. Even if you have to start small. Starting somewhere is better than not starting at all, right? So definitely something heavy is going to be lifted here. Yeah. Something heavy is going to be lifted. And actually, I feel like you're going to realize that the whole time is like you were more concerned about materializing things than you were about becoming present with your own energy. And as you become present with your own energy, you learn that all along, you just didn't want to face the person looking in the mirror. And I know everybody says this. I know everybody knows it. But there's like this deeper understanding of this within you. It's like being able to embrace the fact that all these failed relationships have sincerely been a way for you to unlock. This is like unlocking the chain. Unlocking this failure, what felt like a failure. And you're unlocking that. And you're going to learn how to balance that. And it's like bringing it to an end, allowing you to do that inner work. So important for you to do that inner work right now, right? Especially when we're in eclipse season. Like, this is crazy. I guess the next one won't happen until 2029. It's been the Sagittarius Gemini eclipse season, and Gemini and Sagittarius are direct opposites on the zodiac wheel. So oftentimes you'll see Geminis and Sagittarius together in relationships, friendships, family members, stuff like that, and they're always really bonded together because they get along really well because of how opposite they are. So okay, so pile 1, they want you guys to have the clear quartz. Okay. Pile number 2, I guess you're getting the moonstone. Which is fitting that the moonstone wants to be used in this reading too, because this is about a new moon. I got ash on it earlier when I was saging. So I got my sage over here, my little fancy. It's really not at all. It's just perfect though. It works. So I don't think that's ash. I think that's on the stone. Found this in Carlsbad Beach. Okay. Pile 3. You guys are getting the you know, the stone that's in here, I just can't remember what it's called right now. It has to do with speaking your truth. And we'll just go with the orca. It's different. It's a necklace. The chain broke on it, so I have to get a new chain, but it's like volcanic stone or something like that. I can't remember, like blue volcanic stone. It's it's a precious stone though. It's very unique. Okay, so we got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. If you guys need some more time, please pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and move on because we're already 12 minutes in. What a long intro, guys. See, this is what happens when you shuffle on camera. This is what happens. All right, so pile number 1, for those of you that chose the clear quartz, definitely connecting with source in this time is very important for you guys. Listening to your intuitions and listening to those downloads that you guys are receiving from source at this time. I feel like this moon phase is going to be extra sensatory for you. Like you're going to feel it a lot more than you felt the other ones. And also it's going to be something that you may feel exhausted. You may feel very tired during this new moon. And they're saying that that's okay. There's an ascension process happening, and that's part of the ascension process. It's like your body is shedding old stuck energy, and in shedding that old stuck energy, it is allowing you to open up to more useful things, more positive energy, and more fluidity within, the ability to listen to yourself and trust yourself. Okay. So what's coming for you guys? What's changing, I should say. What's changing for the Sagittarius new moon that we have? The 2 of Cups reversed, the 6 of Swords. Okay. The Hangman. I'll move these over a little bit. Okay, and the Page of Wands. So there's been a resistance to change or letting go of an idea. There's been resistance to letting go of something that has kept you captivated for a long time, maybe without your knowing. This could have been cycles that have been repeated. So I am hearing somebody say it has to be. It can't be someone, something, or someplace else. It has to be that person, that place, or that thing. And source is telling you, like, there's this emotional ego that's within you that the validation comes from being, so you guys, you ever meet those people who are know-it-alls and they always have to be right? Okay, and I'm not saying you're like this. I'm not. That's not what is coming out at all. What's going on is your emotional ego is that person within you. It's that little voice inside of your head. It always has to be right. It always has to be right. And yet, what you're not seeing right now is that as you've listened to that voice that tells you it has to be right, it knows best for you, it knows everything for you, you know, spirit's not going to come in and be like, this is the best thing for you, you have to do it. Like, that's not source. But sometimes we'll get coaxed into believing our emotional ego is our spirit, our higher self. And I feel like this is a big change for you, and you feel it, and there's a lot of anxiety that's tied to this change, and there's a lot of upset that's coming from this. It's also exposing other people in your life that are not genuine for you, with you, or want to root you on. And this change has been so integral because the thing is that for so long, it's like you've always only had one-sided love for so long. And because of this, it's like a growth period for you to find balance. And this is inner balance. This is you balancing out how much you've given to others versus how much you've given to yourself. And I feel like your emotions have won almost 90% of the time. I don't want to say 100% of the time, because, you know, you wouldn't understand that you were intuitive if you didn't follow your intuition, especially when it mattered. But when it comes to love, okay, when it comes to love, it's like you lead with your feelings rather than your intuition. And I know that your intuition is ruled by your heart chakra, but there's a difference in understanding your heart chakra versus feeling. Right? Feeling is often a chemical reaction within us. And so sometimes on this journey, we have to learn through very hard lessons and getting broken hearts that we have to break down that emotional ego that's always convincing us it knows best, that it's right, that love within us, and see things from a true place of unconditional love. And that's the energy that you're going to be welcoming in, is this new idea, this new perspective, this new way of being. And in that, you guys are going to find a balance in actually loving yourself and saying, I'm not guilty. I'm not upset for walking away to take care of myself. I'm not worried about that any longer. And that's what actually brings you into this beautiful place of balance. It brings you into this beautiful place of truly embracing your own inner emotions and realizing that maybe what you thought was love was really just panic. And you just didn't know how to name that, you know? And that's just an example, guys. It could be anything. Maybe love was excitement for you, and you equated that with love. And so every time you got excited, you know, thought you were falling in love. These are the types of energies coming through. And so what is changing for you with this new moon in Sagittarius, which is also the last new moon of the year, is this inner being able to have a voice within your life rather than it always being your emotional self. And that's that responding to when people are potential mates or partners. It's like now you're drawing away from that idea and coming back to, like, how can I be the perfect person for myself? It's not that you don't want somebody in your life, but I feel like the main focus of your journey has been based around this idea of a label. Okay? And with this idea of the label, what has ended up happening is that you've forgotten who you are because you're so busy chasing what everybody else is chasing. And there's like this lesson that has happened over the last 18 months for you. It has been very clear and very apparent. And it's been slowly changing you. Okay? And suddenly one day you wake up And you're like, whoa, you get this insight or this idea or this ancient wisdom download. And it's within that you realize that you really have given away a part of yourself, and a part of who you are has been identified with this idea of relationships, failed or successful. And you're learning now that it's not. And it's like stripping yourself away. Like I feel, so in Spider-Man when Venom's there, and that thing, and how it's like gripping him, and he's like pulling it away from him and off of him, and it's like just like growing on it. Like that's what I feel like you're doing. Like you're literally peeling yourself away from this belief, because it's been so deeply ingrained within you. Like you identified with it, so it's like losing a piece of your identity, but in reality you're gaining more of who you are at soul level, and you're gonna feel very brand new to this situation. You're gonna feel very like it's gonna be a little bit unnerving, right? Thank you, Source. Yeah, there's this new idea. So this is coming out in horizontal here, clarifying the Two of Cups. Source wants me to read it both ways, because in reality, guys, you can choose. You have free will. And so with this coming out, it's telling me, first things first, is that in the reverse, it's talking about having to live by what society is telling you have to live by. And only once you receive that approval from the outside source of society, then you guys will be able to become who you're meant to be, which it's an illusion. That's a false reality, because no one will ever approve of you. Like, I'm sorry, they just won't. Like, there'll always be something that a person can judge, because that's human nature. It's like you're putting so much faith on the outside realm, and you're not coming within and approving of yourself. It's in that approval of self that you realize it's not about what other people think of me. It's about what I think of me and what I think of them. That's it. Is that selfish? By a lot of people's standards, sure. But that's success. Success is not a walk in the park. It's something, it's stripped, again, that image of like pulling yourself away from this. And it's sticky and it's gross, and it's like, and as soon as you like finally get it off of you, it's just like you just stand there for a second, and it's almost like you're shivering, because you've never felt freer and you don't know what to do with yourself. But there's this energy that some of you guys have not learned that lesson, and so there's like this need to be approved by others, by having a relationship, by having certain family members, by having all these things that you've identified with, needing that approval. For others of you guys, this is the perfect opportunity for you to realize that this is going to help you step up into whatever it is that you want to do. This is going to give you the opportunity to build and to identify who you want to be. And that's not about wearing the mask. It's about coming into your authentic self. This is about shedding whatever it is that is not you, that's not authentic to your being, to who you are, to who you came to be in this life, to the expression of source that you are. And you guys are going to embody that. And it's in that embodiment that they're saying, like, again, it's just going to feel new, because you're just going to be like, if somebody comes at you sideways, you're really going to come at them like, you know what? Hey, bless you. May blessings fall upon you. May you be, given light and love. Like, you're not even going to be bothered or fazed by what they said, no matter how cruel it is. It's just, you're going to look at them and be like, look, where you're at is where you're at, and I can't change that. But I'm not going to stop what I'm doing just because you feel that way. I'm not. Yeah, because you're going to be, woo, look at this coming out. We got the Five of Cups. We've got Death, or the nameless card in my deck, and the Ace of Swords. So it's Source telling me whatever's coming, whatever has come, this is the truth. You're gaining clarity on a situation, and you're about to be networking. Like, there's going to be a lot of people coming towards you, because the more authentic that you become, right, the more you transform, the more people reach out for help, because that is home. Home is authenticity. That's what soul is being authentic to us. And it's in that authenticity that we attract other souls, that networking, right? We are all connected. And you become stronger based in yourself. It's like you've cut yourself off from this the emotional attachment to the outside world, right? And instead, you've come so much secured and emotionally within that you're able to see things from a different perspective, right? Again, the perspective coming through very strongly with your reading. And it's in that you find stability. You find an understanding of who you are, and you spiritually grow and transform. That's if you choose to integrate this and to really learn from it. I think that on some level, everybody will. Like, I feel like even if it's just a little bit, you're going to change regardless if you want to or you don't. But for those that understand that you control the outcome of your journey, that means that you have the choice of putting this, you know, putting all this idea of love on halt and just really working on yourself. Wow. All right, so let's get a clarifying card for the Six of Swords. And please have a clarifying card for the Six of Swords. What's going on with the Six of Swords and the Sagittarius new moon for pile 1 source? The Six of Swords. Thank you. Wow, okay. The Nine of Wands in the upright. You know why you don't want to? Like, for the resistance that's out there, it's coming from a place of feeling like you putting a halt on things right now is like starting all over from scratch later on. And that's not at all the case. Source is saying that the thing is that this putting it to a halt right now, like if you're, like, I really feel like this is cutting off all ideas of romance to integrate this into your life. Failed relationships, like really coming to an inner place and learning this. Source is saying that this is learning from experience. You're coming at this already experienced. You have the opportunity to close up this cycle. You have an opportunity to change entirely from this cycle and to bring balance into it. And it's like, if you don't want to, that's fine. You know, you'll still take something away from it, but you could potentially repeat the cycle again. And so this is trying to bring balance to you so that you can bring in whatever it is that you're asking for, and it's opening up to those blockages. So what changes are coming is just this, allowing yourself to open up to what Source is capable of doing in your life. It's not that you're not walking in faith. It's that as humans, we're curious by nature. And sometimes not knowing what's next is what keeps us from taking the step forward. And so this is like literally being in a state of surrender within your own faith, and just knowing that, like, whatever you're asked to do, as long as you do it, Source is going to get you. Getting away from this need to be impressing to others and to have others' opinions matter. Source is saying, take the step. Here you go. What did I say? As long as you take the step, Source is leading you to whatever it is you're meant to do. You're meant to help change the world in one way, shape, or form. And I'm not telling that to everybody to say, oh, you guys are all going to be famous out there and known by billions. Like, for some of you guys, changing the world means that you changing yourself is going to impact somebody. One person. And that one person could impact somebody. And then that one person could impact 10 people. And out of those 10 people, maybe go on, one person changes all of the generations ahead. It's not for everybody to carry within them. It's just this understanding that you guys are coming into a place now where, as long as you do what you're being asked by your intuition, there's things that are kind of frightening, like they seem like a good idea, but you're still scared. Stepping into that is going to bring you on the path of purpose for yourself. But there's just this want of having, just really feel like it's a companion with you towards the journey, right? And so you're going to manifest that too, okay? You will. But you have to let go of what you know of now, because you're changing the whole way you approach relationships and love and family and everybody, right? Yeah. Your perspective is your gift. That is such a beautiful thing, Source. Thank you. Pile one, your change in perspective is your gift, but not only that, your perspective, how you see the world, is a gift to the people around you. Because you maybe have always stood out in the crowd, like never fit in, always felt singled out, or always felt like a loner because you just didn't understand how all the people think around you. Like, you know, like maybe they're really like, okay, here's Christmas, you know, Black Friday. I can honestly say the only time I was ever at a Black Friday, guys, is if I was working at a store, okay? And when that was in my younger years. I have never gone out on Black Friday. I don't like that idea. It's chaotic. It's like sardines packed in a can. It's just, you know, for me, it makes me feel like it's just a bad feeling. It's just a bad feeling. I get exhausted very quickly. I will fall asleep before we even have lunch. Like, I'll be in the chair waiting on my food, passed out. Like, it is not a good experience for me, okay? Like, it's just too many people. It's just too many people, okay? So I just, when I worked in those, I always asked to be in the back. Like, I'd rather be stocking than to be out in the store. Tried it 1 year out in the store, and I was like, it was not good. It was just not good, okay? So anyways, I use this as an example because it's like that. You see everybody going and running to be at Black Friday. Like, I know it's over with, but here's the thing. It's like you see them all running to be at Black Friday to get the deals on things that they're going to give everybody for Christmas because they want to appear a certain way. Like, they've got all this money. And you're over here like, you know, it would just be nice to have like family dinner and let's play some games and make some memories. But everybody's like, no, what are you buying everybody for Christmas? What are you buying everybody for Christmas? What are you getting them for Christmas? You know, whatever the ordeal is. And this is just a really bland example, so please just bear with me. I just think like Source wanted this to be out there because you guys really feel like you don't belong, and it's like, that's the gift. That's the gift for you. It's like, because you don't believe what everybody else believes, that's what changes the world. That's you being an innovator without realizing you're an innovator, and you just have a hard time believing in yourself because there's this stuck energy over here of being worried about what everybody else is thinking. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's like letting go of this control over how you think the future should be. Letting the world come to you. That's what Source wants. They want the world to come to you. They don't want you to go to the world. They want the world to come to you, and they're going to make that happen. This is you relinquishing control, though, on the outcome. Can you let go? Like, if things happen, they happen. Cool. Like, that's... But this is like literally about you just kind of sitting back and doing what you know you need to do. You know, with the coins energy here, it's definitely you taking the action and whatever inspiration you've been given. What did I say? Letting go of control. And we have the Eight of Swords here, which talks about controlling, talks about being overbearing. The Queen of Coins, she talks about being overbearing. Like, these two cards together, very powerful. Just again, letting go of control. Source wants to offer you the world, but yet every time Source tries to do this, you don't think it's good enough. It's just because it's not in the package that you expected it to be in. That's really, it's not that it's not good enough. And so it's like allowing yourself to be open and vulnerable to maybe situations that normally you would turn away from. That's beautiful, though. Your perspective is the gift. Source, may I please get a clarifying card for this Page of Wands? May I please get a clarifying card for this Page of Wands? Some of you guys could be Sagittarius. You don't have to be. So, your fortune is changing. I know this is not the Wheel of Fortune, but that's what I heard right now. Your fortune is changing. because you're bringing balance to yourself, it's allowing you to be receptive to what it is that Source is offering. Like, look at how you began with the Two of Cups, right? We end with Temperance, who also has 2 cups or 2 vases, however you look at it. But this balancing of water between them over the sacral chakra, it's like you're balancing out your own inner divine feminine. And in that, you bring a completion to not only a cycle, but you also bring to you what it is that you've been manifesting. Yeah. You guys have been dealing with a lot of romantic frustrations. Look at this. We have the 4 of Wands reversed, Strength reversed, and the 4 of Swords reversed here, with the Knight of Coins reversed. This has been distracting you. Being romantically frustrated, being in a place of, like, maybe you guys are not with somebody right now. You guys could be single, but it's like trying to fight to get somebody to be with you. And it's like, just keeps failing. It just keeps falling apart. And you're like, yeah, I'm not laughing at you. And just like, it's just like, damn, like, why? Damn, Daniel, damn. You know, like, it's just like, come on. Like, why is this shit just keep falling apart? And you're starting to feel closed off. And Source is saying, because there's no balance within you, it's like you're again trying to find support from an outside source, and you've repressed this for a long time, and it's been highlighted a lot over the last 18 months, and they're saying that now you have the opportunity to let it go. And I believe you will. I believe you will. There's no reason for you not to. Okay, so don't lose hope, pile 1. Things will work out. Okay, so they got 2 of those. Okay. Let's see what else. This one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not going to make this super long. I just want to get you guys some oracle cards, and then I'll leave it at that. I'm not bringing out the ghetto bag or my ghetto deck or anything today. So just some oracles. My readings have been so crazy, guys. So crazy lately. I love it. It's just been wonderful. So I just really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Okay, so what do we got going on here? We have the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Number 7. Over 7 here. That's great. I love this. Sacral chakra energy, creativity coming out here, guys. Again, it's like being focused on the whole world as a whole being, and being able to love and accept everything and everyone for as they are in this now moment. Not worried about what they think of you, just knowing that you can rise higher by truly just understanding that people are who they are. There's nothing more to it than that. Like, I can't say it's like you just got to let it go. You just got to do this. There's no you just gotta. It's simply put, people are going to be who they're going to be, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And that's shifting your focus back to love, because that means that there's no pressure on you to try and change somebody. Be authentic. Be authentic. Be authentic. I know that's not what it is, but it's just kind of just like they're like cheering you guys on because you have something beautiful to offer. Again, your perspective is your gift. We have number 12 coming out here again. Beautiful repetitious numbers here. Connecting with your heart chakra is very important. Your throat chakra. Being authentic is about speaking your truth. Guys, with the swan up here saying that there is going to be a partner that's coming, but right now you guys are working on transforming. And I feel like part of that transformation is your connection with source and helping others to see that. Again, it's not about impacting the collective, the whole collective. It's about you changing yourself, and that impacts maybe 1 or 2 people, and that's good for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying some of you guys, it's going to be a lot of people that you're going to impact if that's what you want. But not everybody wants that. So I want you guys to understand, when I say you impact the world, it's because the people that you do impact are going to continue that cycle of impacting others. It's going to be like a chain reaction, right? So just being true to who you are is so important here. Not feeling like you have to identify with this. Yeah, earth magic coming out. This is a beautiful energy here. You need to connect with nature and nurture yourself. This is you nurturing yourself. There's beautiful purples here connecting with the crown chakra, the third eye, right? When this card comes out, It's reminding us always to take time within nature, like if that's an animal, if that's a plant, whatever it is, speaking love unto it and watching as it blossoms because of that love you've spoken unto it. Even if it takes time, that's love. Love takes time. It's not, what is it? Don't fall from the sky like a tiny drop of rain. Hit you right between the eyes one day. No love, it ain't like that. Right? Like, it's not. It takes its time. It takes its time. It's like, you guys have to see it though. And I think that's the thing. Your belief is that, oh, it's love at first sight. It's love at first sight. And it's not. It's not. There's something much deeper to love. It has to unravel, unfold. It has to grow like a plant, like a lotus flower, okay? And the fairies will help you see that if you allow them to. We have Whitney Wolf Herd. It's so crazy that this came out, and I kept saying, like, you guys need to put love on hold, and I was going to say maybe like dating sites. And here she comes out, and she is the one who created Bumble, I think is the name of it. And it's because she had a sexual harassment charge with the guys at Tinder, I believe. Oh, I don't have the box out. Okay, so don't quote me on that, guys, but I believe that's the story. Anyways, so she created this female-only website because she was really tired of the fake profiles, the way that women were being treated, like no one was being vetted and all these things, right? Like, so anyways, I really believe that this is coming out as clarification to me. I should have said dating back when I was talking about you guys letting go of the love situation right now. I just didn't, because I don't know. Again, that's that fear. That's that fear talking. We have it too, guys. It says if you don't make the first move, someone else will. And this is for yourself. You need to make the move on you. Otherwise, somebody is going to come in and they're going to sweep you off your feet. And it's not like it's going to be a bad thing, but is it what you want? Because you haven't spent time getting to know you. Every hour spent staring at the screen is an hour spent alone. See, and I feel like that's coming with that dating site energy too. It's like you guys are constantly talking to other people, giving your energy away to other people. And it's just saying like that's time that could be spent getting to know you. Be aware to other people, your profile is your true self. Exactly. So people don't know you until they met you. You can't judge a person unless you see all their characteristics. Anybody can be anybody on the screen. Anybody can be anybody over text message. Anybody can be anybody over chat. And guys, we all fall for it, and we're all guilty of it too, you know? And it's just saying that really in this time, the more you get to know yourself, the more authentic you'll be. And as you become more authentic, that's when the world comes to you. Okay? So guys, I just really... You've got some beautiful energy surrounding you. It may not feel like it right now. I feel like you guys are exhausted. Like, I'm just going to be real with y'all. I feel like you're exhausted. You're like, look, I'm really freaking done with this. And Source is saying, like, that's okay. Like, you just need to honor how you feel. You need to honor where you're at. You need to just, you know, if all you can do is the bare minimum right now, then do the bare minimum. Like, guys, look, I've had a pretty crazy year. I'm not going to get too much into detail with it, but this is just an example. The last couple of weeks I had a tooth pull, and when I got my tooth pulled, I couldn't do yoga, and so I wasn't able to do yoga for a little while. And today I finally was able to have some energy to do a much more difficult practice than I've been able to put in for like the last month. And as I was getting through the practice, I literally was like falling out of simple poses, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, seriously, it just takes time to get back into the swing of things if you walked away from it, or if you're even starting out, it just takes time. Like, I feel like that's the most important thing for you to understand right now. It's like you're trying to make things happen so quickly. And I get it. Like, that's why I feel like I need to tell you guys, like, it's like, even being on this journey for 3 years, like, I'm not one of those people that's out here saying, oh, I've practiced yoga every day for years. Like, no, like, I'm human, y'all. Shit, I need a break. I'm sorry. I need a break. And sometimes human things happen. Like, shit, I tore up my back. I broke my back 6 years ago, and I still suffer sometimes from arthritis. And that's why I practice yoga regularly, because it helps my back. It helps with all that. But guys, like, this year was a bad year. I twisted wrong earlier in the year and I couldn't walk for like a week. I pulled my groin muscle. I like had all these things that were just randomly happening. It was like slowed down. And I feel like, again, with time coming up, Source bringing this and putting this on my heart to talk about is saying that you guys just need to stop paying attention to the time and focus more on what has changed, how far you've come. Focus on you. Focus on the aspects of you, not how far you think you should be. It's like everything that you've put in up until now. Can you focus on that? Right? That's what needs to happen. That's the change that's coming. So, and ultimately, you guys have your choice. You have to do what's best for you. Like, it doesn't matter what any tarot reader says. It doesn't matter what anybody really tells you. If you guys, at the end of the day, you have to choose what's best for you. You just, that's a part of the gimmick. That's what life is. Nobody makes us do anything. We think they do, but at the end of the day, we're the ones that choose what to do. So this is what I have for you guys. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below. Also, guys, just know that the more you interact with my channel, comments, liking, sharing, subscribing, setting that notification bell, this all helps. It's a free way to energetically support the channel, but it also helps me connect with your energy to get you out more resonating readings. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel in any one way, shape, or form, that is always down in the description box. Also, if you're interested in a personal reading, that is down there as well. I'm going to leave it here, though, guys. And as always, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways, tries above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Okay, so pile number 2, for those of you that chose the Moonstone. What changes are coming for you in the new moon in Sagittarius? Emotional change. I heard emotional balance, getting a grip. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe you guys have been overly emotional lately and you haven't really understood why. And it's because you've been shedding energy. You've been shedding old beliefs. You've been shedding old feelings that have been stuck and stagnant for a long time. And so once those feelings started moving, it was kind of like so I heard a sieve. Okay. Like I heard a sieve or a, like the floodgates open. Okay. And things started flowing and it was almost like it couldn't stop. And so it was like, maybe you thought it was a fault of your own. Like there's this feeling of, oh, it was my own fault. It's because I did this, or it's because I said that, or it's because I got involved in this. And really it was all those actions that actually led up to you opening yourself up to allow yourself to feel these emotions. And so it's not about you like getting a grip in a bad way. It's like you finally feel like, okay, I can finally manage my emotions again. They're not so overwhelming. They're not so like running rampant and wild in my life. And with that, you guys are coming into a deeper understanding of your true emotional selves within. It's like truly being able to listen to the heart of the matter. Understanding what that means. Understanding what you mean. Your purpose, your value, your worth. And realizing that however you feel, you need to listen to that, right? Wow, okay, is that all you wanted to say? Shoot, did you see that, guys? I don't even know what happened. All right, cool. They want to leave it there. So let's get into it. Okay, so what's changing for you guys in this Sagittarius new moon energy? We've got the Fool in reverse. Ooh, we've got the Emperor reversed. Yeah, this makes sense. The Eight of Wands reversed. Dang, you guys. Distress and grief. Yeah, like look at this is crazy energy here. So here's the deal. You guys have been stuck. Somebody is in your energy right now that has been manipulating you emotionally, and it's been kind of brutal. They kind of enjoy it. They enjoy what it is that they're doing to you. They're, you know, and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying this so that you can get mad at them. I'm saying this as a realization for you to understand that you deserve better than that. Okay? You got connected with this person and you got really close with them. Okay, again, this is over the last 18 months. Maybe you guys have been talking for the last 18 months, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be that long, but this is that change. And this person has been keeping secrets from you, and this person has been lying to you, and it's like you're aware of that, and you just feel like you're owed an explanation. And the thing is that it's doubtful that the explanation will come, especially if you're waiting, hanging on. Like, if the more you hold on, the more that this person feels that, and the more that this person feeds off of that and comes into your life. But it's been gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. And it's interesting because we have 4 here with the Emperor, and we have 4 with the Death card, or the Nameless card, right? It's 13, and 1 plus 3 is 4. And then we have 8, so we have 8 and 8 here coming out together. This has been a karmic cycle for a long time, for your lifetime, for previous lives. Okay, this has been going on for a long time. And there's been a lot of emotional upsets in the last year and a half that have really weighed on your heart and soul. And it's like, you just wonder, is this ever going to change? Like, there's this energy, is this ever going to stop? Or is this just what I'm destined for? To find people who really just don't give a shit. And the only reason that you've been experiencing this is because it's been clearing it out. The triggers have been set. You've been learning little by little as you go. But this one, that's what I hear, but this one. It had to be this one. And when it was this one, it had to hurt like this. And it's like you just feel like you did everything in your power to show your true authentic self. And it was like the first time in being vulnerable and open. And it was like in that you still got your heart broken. It's like scary because now it's like, what do I do? Do I still continue to be open? Or do I run for myself? And Source is saying, like, this is what is so imperative about this lesson. It's to really, truly embody yourself. It wasn't about this person. This person was about you. Okay? And this person, regardless if they want to admit it or not, they're completely enamored by you. Whether if they want, like, the thing is, I think they've said nothing. Again, you feel like you're owed an explanation. But deep down, you know you're not going to get it. That's what hurts. Ugh. That's what hurts here. Is not getting the explanation. Not having rest. Leaving open ends. Like, can't we just tie up these loose ends and be done with it? No, this person likes stringing people along. It's not just you. It's just because this person's felt like they've been strung along in their lives. And they have to deal with that now. If they haven't learned from this lesson either, then that's on them. It's not for you to really stick around and determine whether or not they have. This person was a mirror to you. That's what they mirrored back to you. The hurts within you that you did not want to acknowledge. And so it's in acknowledging these that you guys will open yourselves up to a whole brand new kind of lifestyle. It's like a new way of seeing. And I think that's scary for you guys. Yeah. Before I even talk about this 10 of Cups here, I want to talk about that. It being scary for you guys. Because this was at play by Source. This situation that happened to you is at play by Source. And it's like, I feel like most of you guys have been around long enough to realize everything happens for purpose. And it's like this energy was at play by Source. And what Source ended up doing was putting his hand in, or putting their hand in, and saying, it's time for you to learn this valuable lesson, and it's going to hurt, but you're going to bounce back quickly. You're going to bounce back faster than you ever have before. And it felt like a total destruction. But I think here's the thing. It's like, if you guys haven't gone through it yet, when it happens, guys, the thing is that it will be, it'll be completely nerve-wracking for like a day. Maybe 2. Okay, this is just an example. It could be a couple weeks, but It's not going to be like as long as it normally is, where you guys are sitting brokenhearted for weeks and weeks, miserable, not wanting to get out. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be so small of a time frame, and you're going to bounce back and be like, what was I even worried about? Like, this person never gave to me, and I was honest, and I was open, and I was authentic, and yet they still came at me with their mask. And I knew they came at me with their mask on, but I was hoping the whole time that me being authentic would open them up to being their authentic self, and it just didn't. And instead of shouldering that and being like, oh, it's my fault, instead take that and learn from it and be okay with that. Right? Because what has happened, honestly, this has prepared you for whatever is yours. The completion, the cycle ends. Not only that, you find your total happiness and you show others how to embrace it as well. Maybe you didn't inspire this person, but you're going to inspire many. Okay, like, it's like, and it's going to be people that you never thought you could inspire. You're going to have people who come to you and they're like, wow, without you, pile two, like, I don't know what I would have done. Like, I was also with somebody who didn't care about me. I was also with somebody who was taking advantage of me, but you opened my eyes to that. And just you being honest and transparent about your life gave me the courage to do what I needed with my life. And you're going to be like, what? And that's the time when you have to honor that and be blessed and be grateful. Like, thank you, Source. Thank you for helping me go through these situations. Thank you for always ensuring that I survived, because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I know that's not what you want to hear. And especially when it was like, it felt like this was it. This was it. I didn't have to do this again. But you realize that this person was playing with you. They're playing with your emotions, Smokey. They're playing with your emotions, okay? We ain't got to do that. We ain't got to do that. And it was just because you were so, like, I really feel like, here's the thing, this person was so enamored by you that you felt that, you integrated that feeling like that was your own feeling. And so it was easy for you to reflect that back to them, that admiration, and you became enamored by them. Yeah. So you have to let go. Source is sending somebody, and it's going to be in the form of your business or your job or your work. Right? It's like, or this is inspiration to you to work on your work and to really just focus on what you want and just making it happen little by little every day. You don't have to burn yourself out, but it's just like, work towards what you want. And you'll start to see that build. You'll start to see where equal give and take comes in. A life of luxury. Yep. But this person's still spying on you. Why? Because they want you back. They like having you up in your head. They like having you stuck. They like having you to themselves. And I think this is what they're so afraid of, is you becoming successful, because that means that you outshine them. You beat them at their own game just by walking away. You don't have to do anything. Just by you walking away was beating them at their own game, because they're the ones that walk away. That's it. You're not like anybody else. You've left an imprint on this person, whether they show it or they don't. So, you know what? Leave your footprint and go. If it gets washed away by the ocean, it gets washed away by the ocean. That's not up to you. You left the footprint there. You traveled there. You did what was necessary. You followed your intuition. Keep trusting your intuition. Source is bringing you home to yourself. May I please have a card to clarify the Emperor in reverse for pile number 2 and what's coming in for the new moon in Sagittarius season, Source? In Sagittarian season. May I please have a clarifying card for the Emperor? For pile number 2, the new moon in Sagittarius. One card, Source. I feel like this is not what you guys want to hear. I feel like it's like upsetting, because it was like, it can't be like that. And it's like, it can be any one way, shape, or form. There's like an infinite amount of possibilities for a situation to end in any one way. And I think that that's what you need to open yourself up to at this time, is seeing things like that, like as a whole. this is like devastating to you. Even like hearing this reading, I feel like there's devastation here. But you knew, like pile 2, the thing is you might be devastated, but you knew. You knew. Like it's like, wow, I can't even talk right now. Okay. Hold on, let me get a drink of water. The whole time you guys knew. You knew what was going on. You just didn't want your intuition to be right, or you were fighting yourself and trying to tell yourself that your intuition was your emotional ego. An internal battle was going on here. Yeah. Gosh, and that's what I was saying. Like, this is something that it devastated you. And then we have the Tower, or the House of God, coming out in the reverse. You guys did not want to face this. You didn't want to face this reality. Like, here I am. It's like Sources and throwing out a card. And as soon as I talk about how you just didn't want to, you didn't want to face this. You didn't want to see what was coming. You didn't want to hear the truth. You didn't want to. You know, it's interesting when I see the people reading with the Rider-Waite Tarot, they have the Tower in reverse. They're saying, oh, you avoided a Tower moment, right? Well, it's not like that in my deck. Okay, because you want the House of God to come in, even if it feels like it's wrecking your life. Like, you still want that to happen, because that means that you're growing spiritually. When it's in the reverse, it's your emotional ego is resisting and fighting you and not wanting to change things. And it is doing everything within its power to convince you that it's right. And that's why you see these two people appear. It's like you as a 3D self falling with your emotional ego. But the emotional ego gets swept out to sea by the river in the back here. Right? And it's like, and then you're the one, yeah, maybe you're broken and bruised and, you know, but it's nothing that you won't heal from. Okay, that's the thing. It's like, but when it's in the reverse, it's like you're refusing to fall. Okay, it's like, I'm refusing to fall because I'm afraid of how it's going to affect my status, my being, my mental health, whatever it is, whatever it's going to affect. It's like there's that fear. It's going to affect me in this one way, shape, or form. So you want the House of God to come in. Like you want that because it's not always going to be a lightning bolt. Sometimes it's heartbreak. Sometimes it's worry. Sometimes it's upstress. Okay. Yep. Whatever that is, guys. It's upset. It's stress. I was trying to say those two words and upstress came out. So maybe you guys are both upstressed. Okay, cool. We'll make it a thing. Hashtag upstressed. Shit, guys. So, you know, it's like you need that to come through to help you grow, to go to the next level, because that's the hand of God coming in saying, okay, it's time for you to get out of this stuck situation. And it's like, right? Like you're stair stepping up. You got to step on the first one, then you got to go to the next level, the next level, the next level, and the next level. Like you have to do this in life. Does that mean you can change the course of direction? Yes, absolutely. Even with the House of God, like you can absolutely change the course of direction. And it just means that if you choose an easier route, it's not going to be so devastating. But right now, this is devastating for you. This is devastating. Yep. Look, what did I say? And you knew this. You knew this, and you didn't want to hold confidence with your own self. So Source said, that's okay. We're going to help you get there. We're going to help you get there and find stability within your own self. And let go of these people who don't have their best intentions for you, so that you can network with people who do. But, you know, it's like you just didn't want to trust your intuition. It was like fighting between your intuition and your ego. You have to trust your intuition. You have to trust it, because you are very intuitive, Pile 2, and you know in your heart of hearts. Stop letting your emotional ego tell you, well, we're in love with this person. It's like, okay, let's stop it for a second and look a little bit below the surface before you get invested, because there's an investment here. Definitely feels like it. Please get a clarifying card for the 8 of Wands. Thank you. We have the 4 of Wands coming out again, wanting to be seen. 444 all here together, guys. Like, seriously. This is crazy energy, just beautiful coming through. It's like letting go of these old habits. You know, when the 4 of Wands comes out, it's talking about closing up those loose ends, letting go of things that no longer serve you. You know, and that's this House of God in the reverse. It's like, you know, you have a choice to do it on your own, or eventually this is going to come through and it's going to feel like it's a huge ending. But see, you're afraid and you're confused. There's an illusion that's being played out here. And it's making you feel like if I let this go, I got to start all over again from scratch. Yeah. Isn't this interesting? Wand, coin. I'm scared to manifest what I want into life because it means I'm going to have to take action at a starting point again. And that's what I don't want to do. Okay? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, but I'm too damn old to start over. It's like a real conundrum. It's just choosing not to do something is still choosing to do something. Let's get a clarifying card for the Death card in reverse. Source, can I please have a clarifying card for the Death card in reverse? Pile 2. Wow, okay. Shoot, that card almost went off the table. The 2 of Coins upright. So this is acknowledgement for you. Source is saying, I understand that you've been through a lot. I know that you have gone up and down, all around. Broken heart, broken trust, broken this, broken that. It's like whoever you are, Pile 2, whoever this is for, you guys are one of the chosen. And I mean, the ones that will set the tone for the generations that follow. Not the one that's going to change the people here and now. This is like, you guys are one of the ones that are set to change the world. The course of the world. By being who you are. And not losing sight of that beauty from within because of all the ups and downs that have happened to you. Remaining a positive perspective on this journey. Can you do that? Can you end this karmic cycle for good? It's like almost as though you ending this cycle actually allows the collective to end this cycle. Not just your family line. Like, this is deeper than that. This is like, my legs are tingling right now. They're tingling. From my knee to my feet, my toes. And I feel it more on my right side. The journey forward. The action that you take forward. Walking away, leaving a situation, blocking a person, doing what you know you need to do. This is what changes the outcome for you. That's what's so devastating. Because the steps of what you need to do are simple, but they're not easy. And it's like scary every time you think about it. So you don't do it. And it all comes down to your relationships. Yeah. Not being able to set boundaries in your relationships. Look at this. We have the 10 of Cups in the reverse here. That was your fall from grace. That was what kept you stuck. That's what's kept you stuck. You're not able to set boundaries in this relationship. And it's because you've always been neglected as a child, being emotionally neglected. You had to support your family as a child. You had to be the one that they leaned on. It's not fair for you. But right now you have choices that look favorable for you. You just have to choose one way or the other. Can you do that? Can you choose? Can you make a move here? Can you create something new for yourself? Look at this. On the bottom of the deck. Look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. Coming into yourself, like allowing that to unfold and to happen. Not being afraid of the change anymore. Because clarity's coming. This is crazy. This came out for pile 1 too. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Number 7. I feel like you've gotten a lot of hostility for what has happened over the past 16 months, over your life, really. Like, let's be real. And it's that perspective that's keeping you blocked from what it is that you've been trying to manifest. It's also keeping you blocked from manifesting equal give and take in love, because you're still harboring hurt feelings from something in the past. And forgiveness will help release you from that. And forgiving this person, because honestly, pile 2, I know it sucks. This is not a good situation. Like, my heart space has been aching this whole reading for you guys. Like, just aching. I felt a lot of body sensations with your reading. And it's telling me that, like, you guys feel this more than anything in the 3D realm. It's not even in the spiritual realm. This is a 3D thing that you guys are really experiencing right now. The heartache, the hurt, the pain, the suffering. It's like, let yourself feel that, feel into that, and then release it for good. And just know that it helped you to get back to your journey of unconditional love. Love is all around you. There's love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as a truth, right? With the 16-7 again. Come on, guys. Like, look, Source just clarifying exactly what I just said. Like, you have to see the situation as something that came to you, for you, to help you walk in a space of unconditional love and accepting the whole world around you as it is in this now moment. I can't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm spent. What did I say? Your perspective is everything. Your perspective is everything. And we got perspective coming out here. Changing your perspective. Source coming in, swinging. You guys have to find your own light in the darkness. That doesn't mean it's easy. It's simple, but it doesn't mean it's easy. A lot of solar plexus chakra energy coming through. We have Laverne Cox coming out. No one is going to have pleasure on your behalf. Go out and claim yours now. Yeah, you guys are relying too much on this person outside of you to come back and validate what had happened, and they're not going to. They're just not. I'm sorry, they're not. And for some of you guys, they may, but that doesn't make what happened right. You can choose to close out a cycle by just closing it out. It doesn't need closure from another person. You can close it out. And honestly, silence is closure, guys. As much as people don't like hearing that, but I gotta know why. No, you don't have to know why. Because there is no viable excuse. There is no viable reason. They just couldn't come to you and be honest with you because they can't be honest with themselves. What more do you need? Let them love you for who you really are. And wasn't I saying that? Like, you guys are having a really hard time being authentic with other people because of this situation that has happened. So you guys are integrating, learning how to let your love and authenticity shine through. And this situation has triggered this emotional wounding within you, and it's helping you to let that go, to release it. The mother wound for you guys is coming out. The mother wound has come up a lot in the last week. It's just kind of been crazy. And I feel like it's because these are the last 2 moon cycles of the year. It's just, and very synchronistically this year, right? Just very synchronistic this whole year. Embrace those closest to you so your warmth and power make them strong like you. What did I say? You guys are going to impact people in a way. It's your perspective. The way you approach this situation. Changing that allows you to open up to something else that's based in unconditional love. And it's that is going to change the world. Like, you're going to show people how to embrace relationships or love situationships or something like that. But you're going to show them a new way. It's like a new way of being. With Greta Garbo, she says, are you sure you wouldn't rather be alone? Just take this time to get to know you. Only go to the altar if you take the lead. There you go. Change your perspective. You don't have to wait around on somebody. You take the lead this time. Not with this person, with yourself. Marriage isn't the only way to have a partner for life. Exactly. You don't have to get married to have a partner for life. You can have a friend who's going to be there and support you in ways that you never knew that you needed support. Right? We forget that. Everybody's so damn focused on having romantic love that we forget the importance of having true connections with people, friendships. What's going on? You know? What about having a soul sister or soul brother for the rest of your life? You know, somebody that no matter what, you know, you can go to and be like, hey, you know, this is what's going on. And they're going to be like, oh, don't worry, boo, I got you. You know, like, but we don't even have that right now because everybody's so damn obsessed with love. And that obsession is what's been triggered for you. Okay, and you might be like, I'm not obsessed with love. And it's like, you might not think that. It's just a perspective. Again, there's a conflict between your internal belief and what it is that you're speaking on the outside. Okay? And your actions, too, they want me to say. So you have like a triple threat going on here. How you feel on the inside, the words that you speak, and the actions that you take. It's like that's everything that's affecting you on this now moment. And so that's why the perspective is so important for you. It's like, and the perspective is going to give you clarity on what you can do moving forward in life. Like I split the deck and New Beginnings came out. Exactly. That's going to give you guys a chance to do what's good for you, what you want to do. So you're integrating a whole lot of hurt and pain, but it really truly is going to turn into a source of fuel for you guys rather than a burden. While right now it might feel like a burden. It's not. It's not. It's just something that you've had to experience in order for you guys to unlock the person you're meant to be, to go to the next level, to ascend. Again, I feel like you guys are very, very, very tired. And it's interesting that we got the moonstone here. And I kept getting moon energy with you guys. The moon energy. Which is why I was saying, like, you guys definitely are purging some emotional things. But the secretive energy coming through, too, is indicative of the moon being in its reverse, right? Like holding secrets, warning, danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. You know, these kinds of things coming through. And the reason that is because you guys are really touching on a sensitive subject within your own soul journey. And those are oftentimes the most difficult ones to go through. Because they're the ones that affect us the most. The ones that we really believe we are. We identify with the most. And there's no need to. This is just really time for you to open up to a space of love and be yourself. And look at this synchronicity too. If you guys watch the shuffle, you guys all know I do a little mini read on all my pick of cards. I just shuffled these and I just put it next to it and there we go. Yeah. This has been something you've tried to manipulate for a while. Like that's why it came out like that. It's just been a manipulation. And I'm not saying this like you knew what was going on. It was really subconscious. Like, and not to be mad about that, like just can you honor it, acknowledge it, and move on from it? Like that's just really can you do that? Or are you going to let that be a bad day for you because somebody said that you were trying to be manipulative? No. Look, and isn't that funny, the Two of Cups coming out underneath that, which you guys, again, it's like that manipulation of love. And that's not fair. That's not fair to you. It's just not. So this is what I have for you, pile 3. There's a lot of changes coming. They may be subtle. They may be really jaw-dropping. Like, I don't want to go through this. Everybody's at different points on their journey. So just remember, however it comes in, just spend time in gratitude with Source, no matter how it comes in or what you experience, because it's in that gratitude that you guys will be able to be present. And that's where the true integration comes from so that you guys can move to the next level. So regardless of how heavy this reading may have seemed, there is a lot of good things on the horizon for you guys, especially just that happiness and fulfillment within, okay? So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel in any one way, shape, or form, all of that is down in the description box below. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the instructions are down there as well. Also, guys, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. When you guys do this, it's an energetic way to support the channel, which also connects me with your energy to help get you out more resonating readings. And I love you guys. I love you so much. You guys are surrounded in light and love. You guys are so good and you're doing so phenomenal on your journey. Don't give up. Keep believing in yourself because I do. All right, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. But until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other next time. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Pile 3. For those of you that chose the, again, I think it's blue volcano rock or something like that. I never thought I was going to forget what this was, and I just really cannot remember right now. But if you guys chose the orca, and I feel like for you guys, this is all about you speaking your truth, seeking the truth, and really just being honest and integrable in your actions. Not that you're not already, but this is like taking that to a whole new level to where it's like, no matter the fear you have, you still just forge forward and do exactly what you know you need to do. I also feel like this is tying up lines to your family, letting go of ancestral curses and generational curses and bloodline faults that have been passed down from generation to generation, like these things that have just been repeated throughout a long while through your bloodline. Changing that. Getting in touch with your inner child is very important in this time. Connecting with your emotional side as well. You know, with the orca on here, connecting with ocean, water elements, very strong for you in this time. I heard spiritual cleansing. I hear freedom of, so it's weird. I heard freedom of choice and freedom of emotional fulfillment. Those are the two things that came through. Self-belief. Okay, so apparently self-belief. Yep, okay. Okay, I got you. That's where I'm supposed to leave it at, but self-belief is a really big one for you guys, okay? I don't wanna, I'm gonna put the amethyst right here to hold it up so you guys can see it. Like that. Okay. Because otherwise it leans back and it's just a weird angle. So what changes are coming for you guys in regards to the Sagittarius new moon? So we have the sun in the reverse, all right? Remember, we talked about, that's where they wanted me to leave it at. Self-belief is a huge thing for you guys, okay? We have the 3 of Wands reversed, okay? Wow, we have the 6 of Wands reversed. And we have the 9 of Swords. So I just saw black shadow, guys. I feel like somebody is creeping around you guys. But I also feel like this person has been kind of, like, not sneaky, but sneaky, right? I also feel like some of you guys have an attachment to some kind of negative entity, not necessarily demonic, okay? This is not that. This is like a very low vibrational energy. For some of you guys, I did hear suicide, so I feel like maybe there's a friend or a family member or someone you love that committed suicide and they've attached themselves to you because they're not understanding what they did. And I don't want you guys to freak out. Okay, I'm sorry. This is just coming in so quickly right now. And so it's like, what Source wants you to do is to do like a tie cutting ceremony or a karmic releasing meditation, you know, something like that. Or even if you guys just sit with yourselves for a little while and you imagine yourselves and you imagine a cord connecting yourself to, because this is very specific. You guys will know who this is if this is meant for you. To whoever this person is. And imagine that cord just dissolving and them being set free and going up into the light and being happy. Like imagining that will help them move on, and it will also help them disconnect from you, even if they have to walk in purgatory for right now. Okay, guys, like it's not, don't feel bad about that because their energy is actually really keeping you in a very shady place. Okay, like it's just not, it's not fun. It's not fun. So what's going on right now with this Sagittarius new moon is that somebody is going to be shown their true colors to you, and you're going to be really upset. You're going to realize that this person is, wow, my head just started tingling all the way across it. Sorry guys, that was really intense. It was really intense. Just was not prepared for that at all. Sometimes that stuff freaks me out. Oof. All right, yeah, it's really important. They want me to go back to that. It's really important that you cut these ties with this person, because this person is bringing repeat situations back into your life without your conscious awareness of it. Because this is like somebody, they basically gave you a piece of their soul. I feel like you also gifted them a piece of your soul without, this is again unintentional. This is something that we often do without realizing it, and then we've never been taught how to energetically call back our essence. And so your essence right now is being dimmed because of this entity. And they keep wanting me to say it's an entity, so it's like, again, I could go back to that stalker, but every time I try to deter the conversation, I get that weird feeling in my head again. Oh, sorry guys, it's just happening. Okay, so they want you guys to pay attention, because I think you're going to realize there are some things that are mirroring what this person used to do, and you're maybe not seeing that right now, because there's like a feeling of being like puppy love. Thank you, source. I didn't know how to say that. Puppy love. There's this sense of puppy love that's coming in, and and that could be with the newness of anything. Like we have puppy love for our new toys, we have puppy love for our new things, we have puppy love for our new friends, we have puppy love for our new loves, we have puppy love for you meet a family member you never met, we have puppy love. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this puppy love that's around you right now, and it's keeping you from seeing the signs that are being placed in front of you. And part of that is because that this person, this entity that is attached to you, is drawing on that puppy love feeling, and they keep connecting you with certain situations and scenarios, because that's what keeps feeding them. Because the less that you feel that puppy love, the more that they get drawn into the darkness. And it's not bad. The darkness is not bad. The darkness is just something that, again, it's like it's like they're just not really sure where they're at right now. It's like there's not heaven, there's not hell, I guess, is the easiest way to explain it. Although I have my own thoughts on those things, so I don't know how to explain it to you guys really without it taking up a long time. But this person that's why purgatory, I guess, is the easiest way. It's like they get pulled into the purgatory, the darkness, and that's because they're in this lower vibrational feeling, and they were in a low vibrational feeling when they took their life. And because of that, they end up feeling the suffocating of that feeling, and that's what scares them. And so it's like they keep guiding you to situations that are going to give you that puppy love feeling, and that's what draws them back into being attached to you. And so you don't have to feel like anything towards that, and I know that sometimes that scares people, and I'm not telling you guys to scare you. I'm telling you because I don't think that you've realized it, but I think that you've been thinking exceptionally more about this person recently than you have maybe before, and it's partially because of the holidays, but there's something that's triggering the memory of them, and you're not realizing that it's this puppy love that you have for this person or this thing or whatever it is that reminds you of them. You're not realizing that it's that thing that's actually triggering the memory of them, and that's what's keeping them so strong connected to you right now. So what you're integrating, so this is something that's happened recently, I feel like within the last 2-3 years. Yeah. So I just got a really weird stabbing sensation in my right shoulder blade, in my back. It was like right under the shoulder blade, felt like some piercing going on through there. So this person suffered from a broken heart of life and didn't know how to ground themselves in this life. And they loved you because you were always so happy. You were always so present, I guess is the best way to put it. But what happened is that they couldn't breathe anymore in life. And so they figured the best way to go was to just make it so that it just wasn't hurting anymore. And I keep hearing, if I knew then what I know now, I would have changed the way I did things. But in honesty, they understand that there's nothing that they can change, that this was just the way that it played out. And now they have to suffer the consequences. Is kind of harsh in this situation. It's just that they have to go through whatever the next steps are in the ether for when we let go of life in that way, we're taught lessons in the ether as well. And so part of our lessons are to help those around on earth. But right now this person is afraid to embody those needs for lessons. I feel like they're going to be walking with you on the journey regardless. Okay. But I think the thing is right now they're not realizing that they're hindering your process rather than helping you. And that's what they're having a hard time, because every time they start to fade away, they say they don't want to fade away because I don't want to leave you, pile 3. I don't want to leave you because I have to be with you. But what they're failing to see is that it's in that fading away that they'll be kind of like reborn. And in that rebirth, they're actually reconnected with you in a way that allows them to assist you on your journey. And so it's like that blockage is somehow getting transmitted into your life as well. And no, it's not their fault. Like, I just want you to know, and it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just that this was a very powerful connection that you guys had. So this could have been, you know, a lover, a friend, but whatever it was, you guys just really had, like, you guys, like, I hear trauma bonding. You guys trauma bonded on a lot of things, and it made you feel like you guys were destined to be in each other's lives. And so when this person harmed themselves in this way, it was just kind of like such a shocker for you, because it was like, well, you know, like, I was the person that was there for you. You're the person that was there for me. How could you leave me behind and not think that was selfish? Like that's what's coming through. And they're just not understanding right now. It's like sense of confusion. I feel like that confusion is bleeding into you right now. And so they keep leading you to people who are tricking you, and people who are draining you, and people who are fighting against what it is that you're trying to do for yourself. And this actually creates a situation for you where you come out stronger. You know, so I guess in the end, they still did help you, but sources, like right now, it's been stretched out for too long. Like, it's been stretched out. This person could have been a Leo, an Aries, or Gemini. They didn't have to be, but that is the energy that's coming through right now. This is that energy of being spread out, too thin, too long, too much. Like there's like, what's needed to be done has been done, but this person doesn't want to let go. And so there's like this fear attached to you, this fear attached to them. And I feel like for some of you guys, you are okay with that connection. And even me just talking about it, there is going to be some resistance, because it's like, what if they don't come back? Like, honestly, guys, when they go into the ether, they never leave us, but they're still, you know, they still have their things that they have to do in the ether. You know, they can't just attach onto us and hope that things are going to turn out okay. It's like in life, you can't just attach onto other people and hope that things are going to turn out okay. Like, you got to do you, boo. And that's what they're saying here. It's like time for this person, this spirit now, their spirit. It's time for them to go on to the next stage of their journey, so that you too can go on to the next stage of their journey, your journey. And they're going to be there with you. Like, it's weird. They won't even let me talk about anything else. Like, this is what they want you guys to know. Some of you guys could have psychic mediumships, skills, abilities. And this is part of growing that. Others of you guys, this is just about you learning how to, so I don't want to say manipulate, but control, to change your energy field in such a way. It's like being able to feel something that's not yours and to send that back without it affecting you. That's what this is about. So it's like, again, some of you guys may have some special gifts, which is great. That's beautiful. That's not what they want to focus on right now, though. What they want to focus on is the fact that this is an opportunity for you guys to really feel into yourselves, your aura, your inner being, and connect with that on a much deeper level. And it's in that connection that you guys kind of become like energy blockers. It's like basically somebody sends you negativity and you already have this shield around you because you're aware of that. Like, it's a good skill to have, guys. Like, it's a good skill. Source, may I please have a clarification for the Sun card? Queen of Cups coming out horizontally. Yeah, so with an emphasis on the negativity, I'm just going to say. Source is wanting this to be read both ways. So for some of you guys, you're going to be very receptive to this reading. For others of you guys, if you have not clicked off, you guys are going to be really resistant to it, whether you don't believe in Spirits, oh, my whole side just popped. Whether you guys don't believe in spirits connecting with you, or whether you think that, you know, this is a little crock or whatever it is, you know, like there's anything that's coming to it doesn't bother me in any one way, shape, or form. Shoot, I'm just the messenger, y'all. None of this is possible without source. I'm just telling you guys, like, and I'm going to say that until the day I take my last breath. None of what it is that I experience on a moment-to-moment basis is possible without source. And so some of you guys are going to be really receptive to this and start feeling into your intuition, and others of you are just going to keep going the way that you're going, and as things kind of keep repeating and falling apart, you know, eventually on down the line, you'll have to learn the lesson. Like, you either learn it or you don't, and when you don't, like, the outcome is just not, you know, it's just you just get stuck. Like, that's it. You just become stuck and stagnant and cold, like really cold and detached. And so they're saying that there's a lot of you guys right now, like, where it's already resonated with you on a deeper level, but you're still having this resistance to opening your heart to it. Thank you for that clarification, Arya. And it's all because you don't know how to nurture this part of yourself. We have Cancerian energy here, which is the mother of the zodiac. We have the moon card, and the moon is the mother of the planets. And so, yeah, and look, and then the Empress, who is the mother of the freaking tarot. Come on, guys. Do you want it to be more sound than that? You have the mother wound coming out. It's been pretty consistent across the reading today, but different situations regarding the mother wound, right? For you guys, this is about tapping into your internal being. This is about you guys owning who you are. This is about you guys coming into that blossom of really embodying your gifts. Again, with the gifts, they don't want to focus on the gifts, because I think that sometimes people get so stuck on what are my gifts that they forget the healing along the journey. Right now, this is about going into the deep subconscious of your mind and really pulling out those things that aren't serving you and coming into a space of finding balance instead of being unfair to yourself. Yeah. And not wanting to take risks because you're afraid of what people are going to think. That's what this fear is from this person that's holding on to you. Someone who usually is capable of doing that, right? And I know I should say trigger alert here. I really have stopped, because I feel like at this point, if you guys don't realize that my readings are triggering, like, that's just a part of the way I read. I can't change that, okay? Like, I just can't. I'm real, I'm honest, and I say what it is that comes. But I feel like the thing is that you guys need to know that when a person does that, like, they're truly believe that it's because no one cares, no one is there for them, no one, you know, can ever understand the way that they are. Yes, it may seem selfish, but understanding that someone to have that broken of a heart, how much they cared about what the outside world thought about them and not seeing their own internal beauty. And that's what you're fighting right now, is seeing your own internal beauty. This person they didn't mean to hurt you. Like, I don't want you guys to think they did this on purpose. They didn't mean to hurt you. It's just that they couldn't hold the burden of life anymore. They couldn't hold that. Is it fair? No. Is it unfair? No. Honestly, guys, it's just the way it is. And that might sound cold and detached, and it's not by any means, because this is not an easy situation to go through. Your guys' reading is the heaviest one out of all of them. But with the hardest moments often come the biggest rewards. And you have a choice, and Source is telling you have a choice to be open and reserved and find yourself, or you have a choice to be closed and to be afraid of what the future has to offer because of something that was completely outside of your control. And you guys need to stop blaming yourself for what this person did. That's not on you. That has nothing to do with you as an individual. And I feel like you guys shoulder this a lot. You shoulder this belief in you that's saying, like, if I had only changed something, this person would have stayed with me. This person wouldn't have done what they did. As much as we would all like to think that that's how much we matter in another person's lives, like, if I'm bursting your bubble, I'm sorry. No, we don't matter that much in other people's lives. Just like people don't matter that much in our lives. Not like that. Not like that, guys. Like, when you make a decision, you make a decision. You don't care what people say. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you made the decision, you're going to go through with it, and that's it. And some people do chicken out. Yeah, I get it. What they say, chicken out. I guess it's a terrible phrase to use here, so I apologize. Please forgive me. But that's what came. It's like some people don't go through with it. Some people do. But when you talk about in terms of making a decision in life, whatever that is, say like you decided to sing in front of people today, and most of the time you chicken out. And that's what Source was trying to refer to in this, is that there are situations where most people, when they make a decision, they don't care what other people think, they're going to go through with it, and some people aren't. You can't change the fact that this person made a decision. Was it a good decision? You know what? We're all human. What's really a good decision? And what's really a bad decision? And I know that this hurt you, and I know that this left you in a very terrible place. And that's why it's so important for you to really find time and space to cut the cord between you and this person. And you're going to feel a sense of renewal come back to you. Like, it's like in that, when I'm saying that, it's like Source brings to me this feeling of utter relief. Just like I can breathe again. And then with that comes understanding. Yeah, this is what's been turning your fortune. What did I say? What did I say? Like, this situation keeps, this person is attached to you and keep leading you to bad situations, bad fortune, bad luck. Why? Because they don't want to go into the next stage of their journey. And it's like sometimes, just like in relationships, guys, sometimes we have to do something drastic on our end, i.e. cut contact, cut ties, cut cords, so that it forces others to deal with themselves. Spirits included, y'all. Like, hey, you know, that I didn't believe that for a long time. And then shoot, you know, Source has a funny way of making us humble, has a very funny way of making us humble. So we have 10-10 coming out together here with the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. This is about you getting on your path of purpose. Happiness, fulfillment. Letting go of anxiety and worry about failed relationships, partnerships, friendships. Succeeding against all odds. Letting go of this idea that you have to hold on. That things aren't going to work out for you. This is you finding your happiness. I feel like when you guys do this, when you choose to do this, again, not everybody's going to, but for those of you that choose to do this, pretty soon after you do this, you're going to notice some things about the people around you, and you're going to start seeing red flags in people that you didn't see red flags in before, maybe that you were making excuses for. And that's probably one thing that will stop some people from doing this, is that right there. Well, I don't want to see red flags in the people I care about. Shoot, guys. You might even see some red flags in yourself. Can you dig? Come on, it's okay. It's like you can't, you know, like, wouldn't you rather know the truth of a person than to be shown and live a lie with a person? Yeah, look, even my dog says, exactly. She's over here. May please get a clarifying card for the Six of Wands in reverse, Source, for pile number 3. Clarifying card for the Six of Wands in reverse. Thank you. The Chariot in reverse. This left you defeated. This situation left you hopeless, helpless, afraid. The situation really weighed on you in a bad way. And there's a lot of 6 coming up here. Like, I keep seeing the number 6. It's weird. I know you have the 6 of Wands here, but I keep seeing the number 6. I feel like because you're dealing with demon-like energy within, and it's easy for this person to attach to that because that's what they had within them. But honoring that you saw in them what you too see in yourself, it's like that's kind of like where the resistance comes out, because I keep hearing, well, I'm nothing like that. I would never do something like that. But we always invite people into our lives that would show us a part of ourselves that we're not able to acknowledge or not willing to acknowledge without being first shown. And, you know, with situations like these, it doesn't mean that you're not capable of it. It could be that you experienced it in a prior life and it's still needing to be cleaned out. It could be that you dealt with it from an early age. And it's just that reminder. Whatever it is, guys. It's you being honest with yourself. And right now it's hard for you guys to be honest with yourself because so badly I feel the want to blame this person. It's their fault. I had nothing to do with their choice. I had nothing to do with what they did. And you're right. You didn't. But it doesn't make it their fault. It's just easy to say that so that way you don't have to shoulder anything in it. And what you need to shoulder in it is the grief that you've experienced from it, and feel that and overcome that. Let go. Look, we have the 6. What did I say? I keep seeing 6, and 6 of Swords comes out on the bottom. I can't with the 4 of Coins and Temperance in reverse. Yeah. See, this is about healing a stability within yourself, and it's fear of healing the stability, because if you move on without blaming this person, it's almost like you're letting go. Which you are, but it feels like I'm abandoning them if I don't have something that makes me think of them constantly. And the cycle ends when you find the balance of loving yourself and finding that stability within yourself. But you gotta let yourself heal and stop trying to control it. You're trying to control this situation, how you feel, how you observe what happened, how you see what happened, how you perceive what happened. Like, I kind of get this energy of being in the victim mode, right? Because you were made a victim when this happened. Of course you were. Of course. But you can't live as a victim. Victims turn into what? Survivors. So when are you going to start claiming your survivor energy and become the survivor? Because you've already survived. You're no longer a victim. But your emotional ego is holding on to that right now because this person's holding on to you, and that's where there's a block. So it's in that energy tying, cutting ceremony that you do, that you free yourself up from this person's energy of that and allow the healing to come in for yourself. Okay, please have a clarifying card for this 9 of Swords over here. You're going to make it through, guys. Like, at the end of the day, you will get over this. It may not be in the way that's been suggested here, okay? It may not be in the way that you expect it to come. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be at the end of the year. You know, it may be a while. Even for those of you that are refusing to change with the Queen of Cups coming out in the reverse here. It's like, or in the horizontal position, it's like basically saying that no matter what, there is going to be some kind of breakthrough. Without choosing to change, though, you could set that back months and months and months and months. I mean, which is fine. It's up to you. It's your choice. But I'm just saying, these are the consequences. The consequences of doing it now are that you heal from it now, and you have to experience that pain now. Weigh your pros and cons. You know, what feels better to you, I guess. Or the King of Coins coming out to clarify the 9 of Swords. Yep. Suddenly, something happens to you, and it's like you guys get this realization of knowing that you can change your life. And I feel like this is also support with Virgo energy here coming out. This is also supporting a part of humanity that has dealt with this themselves. There's a sense of healing coming here for yourself, but also healing others that maybe have experienced something similar to you. It's like you get the gall within the balls. Okay, honestly, I'm just going to say what was coming to you. You get the balls to grow up and say, you know what? I am a survivor. I did survive. That makes me strong. And I want to help other people survive too, because I don't feel like being a victim is going to be what's going to get me where I want to go in life. It's like something along those lines. You just get like really empowered. And it's like in that empowerment, you guys move beyond and you become stable because you found hope. And in your hope, you transformed your life and opened yourself up to a life of luxury. This is beautiful. We have the 6 of Wands coming out this time in the upright. You guys find hope and you get to choose yourselves, and you guys get to choose to love yourself. And it's like Finding hope allows you to overcome this thing that you've been fighting since before this person passed away. Okay. And now you still find yourself fighting it, partially because this person has attached themselves to you in the midst of the heartbreak and all of that. And now once you let that go, you get to actually observe that energy within yourself. What is yours? What is yours to observe? Not what isn't yours. Because again, I do feel like there's this energy of you having to deal with somebody else's. And I apologize. I'm just going to say it for whoever it is that committed suicide. This is a very specific message. If this has not resonated with you, you guys are more than welcome to check out one of the other two, or check out a whole nother reading altogether. Okay. Just keep in mind their general messages. But yeah, this is very, very, very specific. And sometimes Source does that. I can't. We have number 18, which is 9 coming out on the bottom. Says, embrace your emotions and allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Yeah. Like, again, that energy coming through. Like, I don't have to, I have to blame this person. I can't feel what I lost with them. I have to blame them because they left me. They did this to me. They said this to me. They didn't do this for me. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, you're not feeling it. You're just letting, look. Exactly, in a union of the hearts, a love connection that defies explanation. You guys are very close, okay? This is not saying you guys, or whatever label you want to put on it. This is just, again, it's like you guys were very close. Even if you guys weren't lovers, you guys were just very close to each other. And that's what hurts so much. We have 18 and 28. We have 9 and 10. Like, guys, it's like embracing your emotions, what's purifying your soul, and it reconnects you to your heart space, okay? Because right now you're just having a hard time connecting with your heart space. We have number 1 coming out. Listen with your heart. You're listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. It's like, again, I've said some of you guys are going to be resistant to this message that I'm bringing you guys. And Source is saying, like, if this is your message, like, even if you're trying to resist it, like, you still know. And that's what Source is saying. Listen with the heart. Listen to that inner knowing so that you guys can find your place of hope and get connected with that star energy over here. Reconnect with this overcoming and making the best of a bad situation. We have number 50. Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. So this is, again, with listen with your heart. Like, how committed are you to love? Is it easier for you to blame this person and to leave it at that? Or are you really committed to finding love in your life and that stability from within? That's considering your foundation. So this does tell me that this could have been potentially a home situation. If it wasn't home, being close to the heart makes it home. That hit home, right? It hits your heart, that hit home. And so they're just saying, like, that's something to explore is your home situations as you were growing up. What does this mirror? What energy does this mirror? How has this affected you, like, from a childhood? Early age, too. Like, I feel like from the ages of 6 or 7. We have ceremony, invocation coming out. It's like Source is asking you to sit and pray, to sit and spend time and listen for the answers. It's like, if you ask, Source will answer for you. They'll bring the answers. It might not be what you expect it to be, but when you get the answer and the inspiration, the insight, you're going to know. You're going to know. And I feel like this too also coming out with exactly what I was saying, having a tie cutting ceremony, clarification that what I've been talking about on this reading, that's exactly what you need to do. Like with this, I always see her as connecting with her ancestors, with this spirits coming over her head. And I feel like that's what you need to do is connect with your ancestors, because this spirit is attached to your shoulders. It's a very heavy feeling, like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, right? And that's what they're saying, like they have to come in and help cleanse you of this energy so that you can come up into a higher vibration. That's where your hope comes from. Okay, and again, it could be opening up to those gifts, those abilities, which is something else to be, thankful for if it is. But they're just really adamant about you guys cutting ties with this spirit, because it's not that they don't love you. It's just that right now there's a hindrance in the process, and you're unconscious to the situation. Yeah, once you do that, there'll be movement in your life. There'll be movement in your journey. And look at this. We have shaman coming out underneath that. Ancient healing wisdom. And shamans are the farriers of spirits from as death into the afterlife, like shamans help ferry the spirits into the afterlife. Again, another confirmation. When you do this tie cutting ceremony, they'll move away from you and they'll go to their part of the journey next, and you'll be able to move on to your part of the journey next. That's what's coming for you guys in the Sagittarius full moon. You guys might not think that they're related, but honestly, Sagittarius as a sign out of all the zodiacs are the most preachers, pastors, whatever you guys want to say. They're the spiritual leaders, because they're very mystical, and they get, you know, spiritual growth, exploration, finding out purpose in life. Sagittarius do that. So if you're Sagittarian, you know what I mean. If you're not, it's okay. Just understand that that's what they're considered in the zodiacs, is being connected with source. And so here you have, again, this energy, right? That spiritual leader coming in. But it's like, for movement to happen, you first must have this ceremony, this cutting, this invocation, this helping your ancestors help cleanse your energy so that this other person can move on to the afterlife. They're there to help you, but I feel like they're just weighing on you right now. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a suicide. It could just be a loss. But I really, when I started, like, suicide is so prevalent prominent right now. It was just the thing that kept coming out the loudest. So I feel like for a vast majority of you guys, you are dealing with suicide. And then others of you, this is just somebody that has passed away that you're just really close to. Maybe it was an accident. It just happened really fast or something like that. You know, it could be anything, really. I did not do this. Like, your guys' pile turned out a little bit different than everybody else's in the way I did the oracle cards. So, it's alright. I love that the ceremony card came out, because that just clarifies everything that I was saying on the reading. I just love that. So we have Yoko Ono. She says, yes is always the answer. It's time to say yes to yourself more, because you put yourself on the back burner a lot. It says, love is performance art that takes place among the clouds. Again, this is like that separation between the world and the ether here for me. In this reading, it's giving me this energy of like, it's time for you to let this person go into the ether. Like, you're no longer able to be connected here in the 3D. If there is a connection, it's going to be with each other in the ether realms, which is not something that we have control over, but at the same time, it is something that we do experience in the 3D realm, but it's different than being able to physically connect with a person, okay? It says, love is not a dream. You can remember it if you want to. And this is about unraveling your heart chakra. You know, we had listen with your heart, consider your foundation. How committed are you to love? So again, you guys, your heart chakra just needs to be re-empowered, I think is the best way to put it, because it's like you guys are not speaking your own truth, and it's like in shielding yourself from your own journey and your own growth because of what has happened. It's just putting you in a place right now where everything is being suppressed. And you guys, when you do this, there's going to be a huge glow up for you in terms of seeing things in a different way, right? Also, they do want me to say you guys could have been dealing with a cancer. Could have been a cancer. It does not have to be, but that was something they just wanted me to say really quickly here. So, yeah, you guys, definitely the most odd reading that I did today. Not that I have had spirits come through. I've had situations where sources wanted me to talk about spirits that have passed on. I've also done Hello from Heaven readings. I enjoy those. I do. I don't do them often because they're kind of exhausting. But yeah, I think like that's why I keep getting tired with your guys' reading. Yeah, it's necessary to ground. Like Source is saying, it's very necessary to ground. You can do that through meditation, yoga, activity, walking, being in nature, sitting on the ground. like don't make grounding more difficult than it needs to be, right? Like it's a very simple thing. You can hug a tree, you can touch a plant. Like it's so easy. But grounding yourself and letting yourself ground will help you to make sure that when you cut the tie, I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden. I feel like I'm so flabbergasted. Gosh, I can't even talk. Like I can't. I feel like I'm so discombobulated is what I wanted to say. But yeah, you guys need to be grounded when you let go of this energy, because otherwise, and again, not to scare you, But if you're not grounded, they could take a piece of your soul with them, and that will just leave you feeling even more empty, because you feel like you're missing a piece. Because this person, they love you. They love you a lot. They care about you. They don't want to leave you. Okay, so it's like understanding that it's fear on their side of not letting go, not going to the next level. Right? And so you don't need to burden that. You don't need to burden that at all, because you're already, honestly, pile 3, you got enough burdens as it is. Like, you got enough. But I think you've been wondering about it too. You've been wondering if this person's been around. I think, again, you've been thinking about them a lot. Part of it's the holidays, but I think there's also this energy of you've been thinking about them a lot more than you usually do. Not just because of the holidays, and that's why. And again, it's like once you think about them, it triggers their response to be able to send people to you or direct you in a way. It's not like they have control over you. It's just like, because ultimately you're the one that makes the choice, but they just keep putting people in your path that they know that you're going to feel that old connection like that you had with them with. Okay, so that, if that makes sense, like that toxicity repeating, those repetitive cycles continuing to come through. But it's like this person is kind of guiding you on their own agenda. And yes, spirits sometimes do that. Like, that's just, sometimes that's how they are. It's not like they can hurt us. They can't hurt us. They can't control us or anything like that. But sometimes they'll have their own agendas, and somehow we get tangled up in it. And I feel like the only reason that you're so tangled up in it and not aware of it is because you're so sad and upset about what's going on. And this really does have to do with your path of purpose. Like, it's like in you taking this next step for yourself, even if it seems weird at first, like you're going to notice a change all of a sudden. And then you're going to start seeing how justice starts getting served in your life right away. Like maybe the people who you start to see the red flags with, you realize, oh, like you don't even have to really cut them out. Like they just cut themselves out because you've changed. Well, you've changed because you're not holding on to energy that's not yours. So it tells me that you guys are truly empathic, which is a beautiful thing. Honor yourselves, honor the journey, right? And at the end of the day, you guys just do what's best for you. Use your intuition always, your discernment, and make the decision that's best for you. I mean, ultimately, we are here to give advice, but it truly is for entertainment and the understanding that no matter what anybody says to you, you guys are the ones that have the final decision and say so in your own lives, okay? I'm tired, guys. I'm going to leave it there and go try and eat some lunch because, whoa, that was a heavy reading. But if you guys are interested in supporting the channel in any one way, shape, or form, that will be down in the description box below. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, the instructions are listed down there. Also, if you guys like, share, and subscribe to my channel, also set that notification bell. It is a free way to energetically support the channel. It also helps me to connect with your energy on a deeper level, which can help get you out more resonating readings. And I just truly appreciate you guys. I'm sending you out so much light and love. Just know that you guys are protected. No matter how scary this might seem, you guys are super protected. And this is actually a good thing because you guys have so many good things waiting for you guys. Hope being one of them and moving into that next level. Okay? So until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other next time. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.